Hello and welcome to session 5. In this session, we're going to work out percentages of amounts and express one amount as a percentage of another. So let's have a look and see what we're going to cover. By the aims and outcomes, by the end of this session, learners must be able to calculate straightforward percentages of an amount. Learners should be able to use efficient methods on a calculator to calculate percentages, and learners could also aim to express the amount of percentages of another. Learners will be assessed on their ability to work out percentages of amounts and express one amount of a percentage as another. So let's get started. So percentages, we've just done this. So we know a percentage is a fraction of 100. This means the percentage symbol means out of 100. So example, 84% means 84 out of 100. We can also write this as a fraction, 84 over 100. Example, 50 means 50 out of 100, which means a fraction of 50 over 100. So we can simplify that as a half, or we can write that as a decimal 0.5. So all very familiar stuff. We have our equivalences between percentages, fractions, and decimals, and there's our table that we just saw on the previous ones. So we should be familiar with that as well now. So hopefully we're starting to get that embedded. So find percentages of an amount. Quick mental method. Here are some percentages that are quick and easy to find using mental maths. To find 10% of the amount, you can simply divide the amount by 10. This is the same as finding tenths of an amount. So for example, 10% of 600, drop the 0, it's 60. 10% at 40, drop the 0, it's 4. And 10% of 235 is 23.5. Okay, so just dividing that by 10. Very, very quick, very simple in the heads. You can use this to help you find percentage of values. So to find 5%, first of all, just work out 10 and then halve it. So that's a very simple thing to do. So some examples of, so we know that 5% of 600, if we did 10, it was 60. So half of 60 is 30. If we do 5% of 40, we knew it was 4, so that's now got to be 2. And half of 23.5 is 11.75. So you can see we've taken the 10%, we've worked that out, and now to find 5, we've now halved. So if we wanted to work out 15, we can now just add those two together. Again, if you want to do 20, just double it. Okay, to find 20%, first you can find 10, then double it. Oh, there we go. So 20% of 600 is 120. That's because it was 60 first, and that's 120. 20% of 40 is 8. That's because it was 4 first. Now we've doubled it up, so it's now 8. And then again, 23.5 doubled up is then 47. So to find 50% of the amount, you just simply need to remember that 50 is half of something. So all you need to do is now divide. So very simple. We can combine the manipulator or any of these figures to all sorts of percentages. So for example, 2.5% is half of 5%, 17.5%. So formerly the VAT rate is a combination of 10 and 5 plus 2.5. 25 is half of 50, and 75 is a combination of 25 plus 50. So we just need to be able to work out our 10%, and then actually working percentages out is relatively straightforward. So to calculate 10% of 30 is then 10 divided by 30 is 3, isn't it? 25% of 60, so you're going to, there's 4 lots of 25 in 100. So you do 4 divided by 60, which will give you 15. 5% of 200. So again, 10% would be 100. No, so 10% would be 20. So 5% would be 10. 15% of 60. So if we do 10 first, so that's 6, then half times 5, that's 5. Hang on. Let me work this one out. So 15% of 60. So 10% of 60 is 6. Half that is 3. 6 plus 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. It's getting a bit tricky now, right? 17.5%. So we can do the 10, which is 28. The 5, so 28 divided by 2 is 14, is it? 20. I can't do that piece of paper. I think it's 14, yeah. And then the 5 left over. So again, then we add that all together, which is 49. And then 1% of 56 is 0.56p. 0.56, which is 56p. Good. So using a calculator then, effective methods using a calculator. Percentages can be simplified by converting them into decimals. So you just divide each percentage by 100 to get the equivalent decimal. So here are some examples. The decimal 42 is 0.42. That's because 42 divided by 100 is 0.42. 14 is the same as 0.14. That's because 14 divided by 100 is 0.14. And 5 is the same as 0.05. So in maths, of and multiply means exactly the same thing. So 18% of 450 means exactly the same as 0.18 divided by 450. So using the calculator, 0.18 divided by 450 equals 81. Therefore, 18% of 450 is 81. Here's another example. So find 74% of 239. So we put that as a decimal. 0.74 times 239 means or equals 176.86. Therefore, 74% of 239 equals 176.86. In summary, convert the percentage to a decimal by dividing by 100, then multiply that amount. So let's look at an effective method for using a calculator. Calculate 19 of 300. So 0.19 times 300, 56. 0.26 times 6, 1.56 kilometers. And again, we've got our answers there. So remember, all we're doing, we're just putting the noughts, we'll convert it into a decimal first, so we can then times it. So 0.19 times 300. Lovely. So express one amount as a percentage of another. So what percentage is £180 of 375? So to do this, we need to write the numbers as a fraction, i.e. 180 out of 450. That is 180 over 450. We convert the fraction to a decimal by dividing by the denominator. So that's then 180 divided by 450 equals 0.4. We now know that 0.4 as a percentage is 40%. Because 0.4 times 100 is 40%. So the answer there is 180 is 40% of 450. Calculate the percentage, what percentage, 300, start again. Calculate what percentage 36 kilometers is of 120. So first of all, we need to work that out as a percentage. So 36 kilometers is 30% of 120 kilometers. So express one amount as a percentage of another. Jess is saving for her holiday. She wants to save £1,200 and so far has saved £820. What percentage is this of her planned savings? Gives you an answer to 2 decimal places. So to do this, we need to do 820 divided by £1,200. That gives us 0.63833333. We do the 0.68333 times 100, giving us 68.3333. Jess has saved then 68.33% of her total money she needs for her holiday. So by the end of this session, learners must be able to calculate straightforward percentages. Learners should be able to use effective methods on calculator to calculate percentages. Learners could also aim to express the amount as a percentage of another, and learners will be assessed on their ability to work out percentages of the amounts and express one amount as a percentage to another. Congratulations, you've now completed the module on working out percentages of amounts and express one amount as a percentage of another. Now practice your skills with your skills tests and your knowledge checks. So don't forget, log in, go back and complete. So where are we? We're here, aren't we? Oh, we've just done those. So complete those. Wonderful. Well done. And I'll see you in the next video, which looks at the percentage change.